It is now morning in Vietnam. And today, I'm visiting a small market for poor and low-income people. There are no modern stalls or fancy shops here. Just old plastic sheets, small baskets, and elderly people trying to earn a little money to survive. Hello, my name is Ngoc. I am 36 years old and I live in Vietnam. Today, I'll take you with me to explore this special market. Along this sidewalk, many old women have been sitting here since sunrise. Some are selling just a few bundles of vegetables they grew themselves. They sell the fruit they grow to earn extra income.
Quay cái chuối thôi. Bà già nó quay lên một nhiều gì hết chứ. Người già thì quay ra được chú ơi.
There is a sign that clearly says, "No street market allowed." But it seems nobody really cares anymore. Because if they move inside the official market, they would have to pay daily rental fees for a selling spot. For many people here, that fee could take away almost all the profit they make in one morning. So they choose to sit here on the sidewalk, under the hot weather, beside the noisy traffic and crowds, just hoping to sell all their vegetables or fish before going home. This market is not beautiful, it is not modern, but it shows a very real side of life in Vietnam, a place where many elderly people still have to work every single day to support themselves. Vietnamese people go to the market every day and do not have the habit of storing food in the refrigerator for later use, even though there is a no market sign nearby. The local authorities sometimes choose to ignore it, because for many elderly people here, this small sidewalk market is the only way they can earn money. A homeless person set up a makeshift tent to live in near the market. Walking through this market, I can feel the simplicity, the hard work, and the quiet strength of ordinary people. A small place, but one filled with many stories about life in Vietnam. Now I'm walking deeper into the market. And the atmosphere here feels very different from the supermarkets or shopping malls you usually see. People here are not buying expensive things. Most of them only stop to ask for the cheapest vegetables, a few eggs, or a small piece of meat for today's meal. Many sellers are already old enough to be resting at home with their families, but instead, they are still sitting here on the sidewalk from early morning. I notice that many of the vegetables are not perfectly shaped or beautiful, but everything looks fresh because most of it comes directly from nearby farms and villages. Some of them only earn a few dollars after many hours of selling, but for them, every small amount of money matters.
Rớt đi bà Tuyết. Rớt đi. Mãi đi. Quay đi trả lên cho nó bỏ đây cái này. Quay rồi. Đưa mặt tao lên chuyện đi. Cả chắc đi. Cả nó đi. Rồi nó đi.
The market may look messy and crowded, but there is something very human about this place. People know each other here. The sellers talk with their customers like old friends. Sometimes they even allow people to buy first and pay later. In many developed countries, street markets like this have almost disappeared. But in Vietnam, places like this are still a part of daily life for many poor families.
Quay lên nữa. Quay măng đi, quay trứng cho bà Hồng. Quay đi. Quay lên cái lô đi, quay lên cái lô đi bà. Quay lên cái lô thì người ta quay cho chị rồi. Mà thì cháu rồi từ. Quay đi, hàng luôn đấy. Làm luôn đấy.
You can clearly feel the gap between rich and poor in Vietnam. Just a few streets away, there are modern buildings, luxury apartments, and expensive coffee shops. But here, people are simply trying to make enough money to get through the day. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to film this market, not to judge anyone, but to show a real side of life in Vietnam that many tourists never see. Behind every small basket of vegetables, behind every tired face sitting quietly beside the road, there is a story of hard work, sacrifice, and survival. And honestly, walking through this market makes me respect these people even more.
Tô với cháu ơi, tô này. Quanh đâu à? Đâu? Bảy là ăn đầu nó nhìn cái đó là ôi ơi mấy năm cho nó còn trứng đó ba quay cho đẹp gái đâu còn cũng mà quay xấu không được đâu đó.
Đây à.
Này, xuống tay cô gái bán thịt lợn đó. Cô gái bán chân giỏi nha, livestream cho cô gái bán cái này. Đấy. Nè, nó cái chợ mới đấy, quay livestream cho bán hàng. Là chợ mới Sầm Sơn ấy. Đây quảng cáo. Quay cái bài nhắc cho rồi mới đó. Quay mình gì đấy chú?
Quay vui chơi.
Chú quay lên như chú phải mua đi rồi chú phải quay rồi. Đâu rồi? Chú biết đâu này?
20 xoài đơn ngọt, 25 hạt vàng, 1 thì 1 cân 10.000 đồng. 20 xoài đơn ngọt, 25 hạt vàng, 1 cân 10.000 đồng.
Vietnam is developing very quickly today, but places like this remind us that many people are still struggling silently every single day.
Để làm cho con tôm đi chú ơi, để làm cho con đi để làm cho con
After walking around the market for a while, I decided to buy some food here myself.
Không cần thịt ba chỉ xay à.
Xay chứ ai cần gì phải chỉ xay á. Xay những việc xay nữa. Cái đấy là quên thuộc là thế này. Mua lên chưa cầm cái ký vậy. Đây mà chán.
I bought a piece of pork and 20 eggs, and the total price was only around $6. For many people watching from developed countries, that price may sound unbelievable, but here in Vietnam, small local markets like this can still be much cheaper than supermarkets. And at the same time, buying from these elderly sellers is also a small way to support them. You can see how hard they work every morning, just to earn a little money from simple foods like eggs, vegetables, meat, and fish. A fresh glass of sugarcane juice on a hot day in Vietnam feels incredibly refreshing, and it only costs a very small amount of money.
Bao tiền đấy chị? 15.000 ạ.
While sitting there, I noticed something very interesting. Right next to this crowded sidewalk market, there is also a large modern supermarket. The supermarket looks clean, bright, and comfortable. But compared to the street market outside, it feels surprisingly empty. Most people here still prefer buying food from the small local sellers. Because the prices are cheaper, the food feels fresher, and many customers have known these sellers for years. It's a very interesting contrast. On one side, a modern supermarket with air conditioning and organized shelves. And on the other side, elderly people sitting on the sidewalk selling vegetables under the sun. But somehow, the small street market still feels more alive. Today, I wanted to show you a real and unfiltered side of life in Vietnam. Not the luxury buildings or tourist attractions, but the everyday life of ordinary people. If you enjoyed experiencing this local market with me, don't forget to follow my channel for more real stories and daily life in Vietnam. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.